CHRISTINA.ca. This is Christina.
And this is Justin.
Duh. And of course, we are naturopathic health practitioners here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, looking to escape our Canadian winters and attempt building our lives so we can leave for 4 to 6 months out of the year.
And seek the happy life.
Yep. So this is episode 2 of our vlog. We're going to be looking at what type of recreational vehicle, RV, are we actually going to be using and looking for, purchasing, renting. We'll figure it out as we come along.
Okay, so next we're going to tell you about why we chose what we chose.
So there are a lot of recreational vehicles out there. There's primarily motorhomes, which have the motor attached to them, and trailer fifth wheels that you have to pretty much tow.
Yeah, and then you got truck campers.
That's almost like a separate category altogether.
Yeah.
And we're buying. We're not renting.
We're not renting. We took a look at renting, and it's really expensive to rent.
Like minimum, like almost a minimum $120 US to like $300 a day. So for a 4 to 6 month plan, that
just did not fit in our budget.
No, not in the long term.
So we're going to look at purchasing.
Yeah, and we're making a budget for that. But we have preferences, and this is not for everybody. These are our preferences.
This is what we are choosing. This doesn't mean that the other options are not as good. This is our preferences.
Yeah. So we prefer not to tow anything behind us when it comes to our home.
We want it to be a self-contained unit.
Yeah, purchasing 2 units doesn't interest us. This is not because it's bad. For some people that can be great, but for us and what we really want to do, it just doesn't work.
Well, we didn't want to have to buy a pickup truck along with a trailer or a fifth wheel, mainly because we don't really like trucks.
No, and this is a personal preference.
We prefer vans.
Yes.
I guess some trailers could be pulled with an SUV, but we'd rather a self-contained unit.
And also, when you're pulling with a car and you have a dog, or maybe later on we'll have a kid, we don't know. There's just a benefit to having everything open and together instead of having to go into the trailer and then into the truck and then you stop. So that's the type of lifestyle that we're looking for. And again, this is a personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
We've watched YouTube, since the last, hundreds and hundreds of hours. And again, complete personal preference. And it's just for us. And that's what we prefer. That's our driving. And we like to be able to stop where we want to stop. Maybe boondocking.
So, getting back to the subject.
Yeah.
There are various classes of motorhomes. There's the Class A, which is a bus, which brings us to our second criteria, which is it has to fit in a normal parking spot, because we don't want to have to pay to store it when we're not using it.
No.
So that kind of eliminated the Class A's, because the smallest Class A I think I've seen so far is about 26 feet, which doesn't really fit in a normal parking.
Yeah. We'd like it at 20 feet or less, about, when it comes to length. And also, we really wanted something that wasn't more than, 10 feet in height?
Maybe not more than 12-ish. That kind of eliminates the Class C, which is the truck or van chassis with the box on top.
Although Class C's are way less expensive.
They are less expensive
than the Class B's, even secondhand and brand new than we've been looking at and researching.
But Class B is most likely the way we're going to go, which is a van, which is built out from the inside instead of having a box just dropped onto a chassis.
Yeah, so that makes it more expensive because most of the stuff that we've looked at is made to measure within the van. So they're not necessarily handmade, but they're not manufactured in the same way, which makes them more expensive. So we have expensive taste. Great.
Who knew?
So here we go. We're going to talk about what we want in our Class B.
Obviously, we're going with a Class B van, so it fits in a regular parking spot, which was our first criteria, as we mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
The second criteria was we had to be able to stand in it.
Yeah.
So nothing with a low roof.
No.
That's definitely, because we'd get tired out pretty fast.
I'm like 5'2" and still I'd have to be able to stand up.
Next, we'd have to have a toilet, a functional kitchen, and possibly 2 separate living areas, of which one of them could be a permanent bed.
Oh, he didn't mention a shower. I want a shower. We might be on campgrounds, but I still want an optional shower. I don't want to be stinky between 4 to 6 months.
In case we boondock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the 2 separate areas, the reason it's important, a lot of them will transform, is that we're looking to work, and we don't always have
the same
sleep
time
patterns.
schedule.
No.
Yeah.
So he can be sleeping or watching something, maybe with his earphones in the front, or wherever the lounge area is, or if it's in the back, and I can be sleeping. And I don't want the bed too high, because if we're going to be keeping it, remember I said that I have arthritis and fibromyalgia, and even though I work out, I don't want it to be a workout to have to get into bed and out of bed. So
Fair enough. Another criteria is we're looking for a gas engine. There are arguments for diesel, but as far as we're concerned, diesel is more expensive to maintain, and you can't really always find a mechanic to work on it anywhere as you can with a gas engine. So we're looking for a gas engine. Again, this is a personal preference. I mean, nothing against diesel engines, it's just not for us.
pretty much, I agree with him. And we're looking at RVs that were built, Class Bs that were built by companies, and not someone who did a self-build. Nothing against self-builds or even doing it ourselves. We don't mind. We don't mind being a little bit handy.
Yeah, we're just not there yet.
No.
I think for the first RVing experience, we're going to go with an actual RV instead of trying to build a van out ourselves. And also at the same time, whatever motorhome or Class B van we go with, it's going to have to fall within our budget. And to build one out, I don't think we could budget ourselves and get what we want out of self-build.
Not yet. We'll see.
Not yet.
I've been watching a lot of
Maybe
YouTube.
later on. Yeah, we'd have to watch a lot more of YouTube.
Yeah. Budget is really varied, because if we get this is Canadian, so if we get a brand new RV, we can finance it, not quite like a mortgage, but it can be financed between 4.79 and 6.49% interest year in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be financed over 20 years. So if we get a 2019, they can finance it for 20 years. And how it functions here is that for every year that is below the present year, they take that off of your ability to finance it.
Yep.
And you can even finance the 16%, I know it's a lot, 16% sales tax from the RV dealership. So that can be interesting, because it makes it a monthly payment, and it's brand new, it'll be under warranty. The question is, will we find something in the Class B range that is going to be worth paying brand new, getting it financed, and not cringing when we order it and dry it off the lot, because it's going to lose like not only the tax in value, but it'll also lose any kind of equity that you're paying, even the first 2 to 3 years. we're not against it.
No, we're
But-
definitely going to look at it, but we're keeping our minds open that we may have to go with a used unit.
Yeah, they appear to be way more affordable. So if something's like a 2005, whatever the price is, you'd be able to finance it for about 4 years, which can make large payments. But the advantage is it'll be paid.
Yeah.
It'll be paid off for.
Yeah.
Or
if we have
a fixer-upper.
a fixer-upper and get the right deal, we may
Again, not a van
we
build.
may be able to buy it outright.
Yeah.
And just fix it up as money comes in.
Yes. So, Class B, and we're not closing our options.
We're going to look at the whole range of Class Bs, all the way from brand new to used,
Within our parameters.
within our budget.
Within our parameters, and like we said, gasoline, a bed that it's not a workout to get up and in on, a shower, bathroom, everything that we mentioned
Two
before.
separate living areas.
Because you have to look at when we understand that if we buy used, there's going to be money going into it on a consistent basis.
Yep.
Versus warranty and loss of appreciation, all that. So yeah, we're taking everything into account, and we'll keep you posted.
So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell to see our future videos. And we'll see you next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.